Welcome back, everybody, to Caravan of Garbage, where we're talking Hunger Games movies.
I love it.
Do you love books being split up, etc.?
Yeah, sometimes I want to take a like a long train trip or whatever, so I'll just get my copy of War and Peace and I'll just chop it down the middle.
Nice.
I'll take half with me.
Which
Leave
half?
half at home.
Which half?
Top half.
Perfect.
Just a cliffhanger on every single page.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Now this week we are, of course, talking The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1
Oh yes.
from 2014. A movie that continued the trend of splitting the final book into two.
Because Harry Potter done it.
Because Harry Potter did it and it worked that one time.
Harry Potter done it.
Because Harry Potter done it that one time.
Mm-hmm. Who else done it?
Twilight?
Yeah, Twilight done it.
Maybe Divergent?
Yeah, Divergent would have done it, eh?
They would have Divergented it.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyways, leave a like. Did I say that?
You have now.
Great. Anyways, leave a like, because I have a question for you, Mason.
Go on.
Now, the first two movies, they were like, we're doing Hunger Games.
Oh, yes.
You know, both times.
There was almost no Hunger Games in this.
Exactly. Do you like the direction this is taken into Revolution? Does it appeal to you?
I mean, an accidental revolution, is that fun?
Sure.
Because they accidentally slipped their way into it. They just fell into it, as far as we know.
Yeah, it seems
that's our
that way.
working theory for people who are only catching up now. We think this revolution started by accident.
Yeah, none of this means anything and it's all an accident. Yeah.
See, I don't know, because I haven't had I've had barely enough time to watch this movie. I haven't had enough time to go back and rewatch the previous movies and go, were there clues there that Gale was in on this revolution? Or they just dropped it on us, you know what I mean? They dropped it on us in the last one. They're like, everybody's involved except you, Katniss. And now we've got everybody. We've got everybody in the world in this.
Oh, that is true, yeah. I don't think so. He just did a lot of like, why are you doing a Hunger Games? It's just like, because they put my name in this. What do you mean?
It's not very revolutionary, is it, Katniss? If you know what I mean. I don't know what you mean, Gale. I'm lost in your eyes, Gale. I don't know what you mean.
I want to get back to that love triangle situation. But for me, the idea of this turning into a revolution, I like that idea, but it feels really paper thin when you take that book and you split it up like this.
Oh, yes, yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of very long establishing shots in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Where you're like, wow, they're really panning over that city. They're still panning. A big pan. I mean, it's a big city. So it's still more panning.
I'm going to start panning this movie in a minute.
I'll just skip forward 50 days. Oh, they're still panning. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, well, Francis Lawrence, who directed 3 of these movies and the new prequel, he came out recently and said, I maybe shouldn't have done that. I mean, I also think it probably wasn't his decision.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
But he said, I totally regret it. I totally do. I'm not sure everybody does, but I definitely do. In an episode of television, if you have a cliffhanger, you have to wait a week, or you could just binge it and then you see the next episode. But making people wait a year, I think, came across as disingenuous, even though it wasn't. In truth, we got more on the screen out of the book than we would have in any other movies, because you're getting close to 4 hours of screen time for the final book. But I see and understand how it frustrated people.
And then he said, plus I got paid twice, lol.
Exactly.
And that's honest, and you got to respect that.
Absolutely, yeah. So look, we'll talk about box office as well, but you can see why this is not the franchise that it could have potentially been.
Okay, yeah.
They could have really like hammered home like a really tight, just a tight 5, you know?
A
tight
5-minute
minutes,
movie.
Yes. Yeah.
We've got you, Donald Pleasance. You did get me. It's fair. Bye, everyone.
Donald Pleasance? We've got you, Donald Pleasance. What? What did I do?
I'm thinking of Donald Sutherland. Who's Donald Pleasance again?
He's from The Great Escape.
Oh, yeah.
He's not Jason.
Well, this guy's more like Donald Unpleasance, isn't he?
He is.
Because he's a real meanie.
He's in Halloween. You know him.
Oh, he's Loomis.
He's Loomis.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
right.
Exactly. Anyways, I did a bit of a deep dive, Mason, because I have read these books, but it was a
Okay.
long time ago. And I'm going to tell you what each district is famous for.
Okay.
Did you know any of this?
Like agriculture or dancing or whatever?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, great.
So District 1
Okay.
is luxury items.
Oh, and weeing
And weeing,
is
yeah.
a District 1.
That's right. You know, it's like, it's your soaps.
Oh,
it's,
my God.
Bath salts,
Sure,
bath
sure.
bombs, anything you can get at the body shop, essentially.
That gold stuff you put on food to make it like fancy food, you know? You
Yeah, but it's not good.
No, it's not good.
Yeah.
But it's a $200 burger now because it's got gold on it.
Absolutely. District 2 is masonry and defense and poop.
Yeah, thank you.
District 3 is General Electrics. So that's GE, obviously.
Sure. Not branded General Electric.
GE, that's
Okay,
right.
great.
Yep.
Terrific.
District 4 is...
And no fluids. They're out of fluids at this point. They're like, can we get a fluid, please?
Yeah.
A bodily fluid. Just anything.
What's 3? Yeah. District 4 is fishing.
Okay.
District 5 is power/electricity.
Okay.
Wait, General Electrics and Power Electric. I guess one is items. one is goods.
One's blenders and so forth.
One's your washers and dryers.
Smart fridges.
Exactly. District 6, transportation. District 7, lumber.
Okay. District 8, lumbar. the thing with your back and
That's
stuff.
right. That and also...
Chiropractic.
Oh, God. That and also textiles.
Okay.
District 9 is grain. District 10 is livestock.
Okay.
District 11, agriculture.
Two fat ladies.
What?
No, wait. No, that's 8.
That's 88,
Okay.
yeah.
Legs 11.
Legs
I'm
11.
thinking legs 11.
District 12 is coal.
Rubble.
Now it's rubble, but it was coal. And District 13 is grey fatigues.
Yeah, and revolution.
And revolution.
That's right. Which would you rather be in if you're going to have to produce one of those? I reckon fishing. That'd be a nice day, I reckon.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, is it fishing in the sense that like you go out on a lake and you got a little boat, you're sitting with your mate and you're having a few tinnies?
I can only assume so.
Or is it like a big artificial pond and you like dredge it with a huge net?
Well, I don't like that, so I think I just simply do the first one.
Sure.
They'd be like, get out of there on the trawler and sweat to the bone and bloody do. And I'd be like, no, I'm gonna put my straw hat on.
Yep.
And I'm gonna get out on the lake and just
Have a good time.
have a summer that lasts forever, you know?
Yeah, that's right. But in the novels, the backstory of District 13 was actually the capital centre of nuclear development.
Oh.
And that might come into play, but I don't think it does.
I love that.
Yeah. I do quite like the idea that you have to market a war.
Okay,
You know,
sure.
that you got to sell it to the people.
Okay,
You need your figureheads. You
sure,
need your
sure, sure.
Mockingjays. And the idea to rally behind Katniss Everdeen, it makes sense. And it's interesting how she's being manipulated by all sides, including, you know, the revolutionary leaders like Julianne Moore and Philip Seymour Hoffman and the like. I hope she doesn't get shot with an arrow in the next movie. Oh, I do?
Unlike that Donald Pleasance. I'm leaning into it now.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's an interesting look at kind of the marketing behind a war and inspiring people and all of that.
And I also think they had I bet they had a really good time on set in that bit where she has to pretend she's a bad actress. But they all had a bloody,
That's
just an
what I was gonna
absolute
say.
ball.
I think she's good at acting like she's not a good actor.
There you go.
That's a hard line
That's a
to walk.
skill. That's a skill.
Absolutely.
But I bet they were all in the room like, imagine if any of us were bad actors.
Just the thought of it. And you know, you get your good moments where, you know, she wants to do it for real and she visits a hospital and you're like, okay, people are affected by this. I guess this movie does have some things happening in it. It's not just establishing shots, but maybe you shouldn't have shot that plane into the hospital. They did, right?
It seems that's what happened, yeah. Nobody says it out loud. They go, they bombed the hospital. I mean, they bombed it a bit, didn't they?
Yeah.
And then all the remaining bombs on the plane fell in the hospital because they were on the plane that you shot and then it went into the hospital.
I know they would have bombed the hospital regardless, like if they didn't shoot down the
Yeah.
plane. But it's interesting because they show the footage of what happened and how they shoot down the planes. And then they cut before it hits the hospital. So even they know what happened, right?
Yeah, huh?
Yeah.
How do you like this idea that Katniss has gone from like, yeah, she's pretty good at like shooting a deer in the woods to like, yeah, she could shoot down a bomber with a explosive
fine.
tipped arrow. Okay.
In one of the movies, she shoots a bird out of the air, and that's probably hard.
Yeah.
I assume.
It's about the same.
Just so you know, everybody knows, Mason's eating
I'm
twisties
eating
during
Twisties.
this. Chicken twisties, yuck.
No, they're regular twisties. I like chicken twisties. In Italy, they're called Fonzies. Did you
Are
know
they
that?
really?
Yeah.
What are those weird ones they had recently? They got those pink ones. What are they? I
I don't know.
think they did like a
Oh, they're weird, like a weird flavor. Like,
Donut King twisties.
Wow.
Yeah, disgusting. War crime,
wow,
quite frankly.
wow. They should distribute them to all the districts as punishment.
Maybe that's why they bombed District 13. We've got donut twisties. Okay. Now I think I haven't.
It's the new salted caramel.
Disgraceful. Now I think we haven't given him enough credit, or I haven't at least.
Who are you talking about?
Donald Sutherland,
Who?
Donald Pleasance.
Thank you.
He's such an incredible villain in this.
Hmm.
President Snow, hashtag not my president. Because frankly, like I don't like his actions. I just
yeah.
want to make
Okay.
that clear.
You voted for him.
I voted for him, but did you see the other side?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Whoever it was?
Yeah, it's a great point.
I just
actually,
didn't
yeah.
like them that much.
Lesser of two evils. I respect that.
What do you think the capital's horticultural budget is?
It's a great point. I mean, they've got not only they have enough flowers for themselves, they've got enough flowers to just fling them on battlefields, don't they?
Exactly. It's kind of insane, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he does come undone, but his long game, it's too long, mate. You
think?
need to tighten this up.
Yeah, right.
Like he's enjoying the cat, no pun intended, and mouse aspect of it a little too much, you know? He wants to have a conversation. He wants to know that, you know, he's getting under your skin. But dude, you're actually doing a bad job at stamping out this revolution.
Yeah, I reckon you should just kill her.
You could have poisoned all those flowers.
That's a great point, actually.
Could have done anything.
Get it on film.
Could have just had someone wait in the rubble and shoot her when she turns up, being all morose. Oh, what happened? Bang.
Wow.
That's what I would do.
You could have had one of those bombers drop a bomb on her and not on that hospital.
That's a good idea also. Yeah. Let's get back to the love triangle, though.
Okay. The important part.
The important part, that's right.
Revolution, smevolution.
I agree.
What about the kissing?
What about the kissing? So how do you feel about this love triangle now? I know you're on Team Peter last week.
Was I?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Mate, yeah, sure. But now that he's skinny Peter.
Oh, yes.
And he's a traitor, as everyone says. He's not being coerced. He's just a flat-out traitor. How do you feel about him now? How do you feel that he choked Katniss unconscious?
That's poor form, I think. You know?
Yeah.
She had a hand in getting him rescued, and he's like, I don't like that. I'd rather be in the Capitol. I'd rather be in the Capitol all strung out and weird. My hair getting ever blonder. That's what I want.
I mean, he didn't say that, but that's what you think he was thinking?
That's what I think he was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, he was having a good
I
luxury
want to go
time.
back to the Capitol.
Yeah. I mean, sure, like, you know, he's been poisoned and manipulated and mind controlled and brainwashed and all
If
of
you
that.
say so.
If I say so. And they CGI'd him skinny, which
yes.
a lot of people said, how did he do that? They did it using the Chris Evans skinny Captain America thing, I assume.
Got a skinny guy and
Got
put
a
his-
skinny guy and whatever.
Put Josh Hutcherson's big head on it. Yeah.
They also did it to Bella in one of the Twilights.
Oh, yeah,
Remember she got
that's
pregnant
right.
and then she was like,
Yeah.
yeah. So you got him, right?
Yeah.
You got skinny, traitorous Peter.
Yeah, that's right.
Skinny, traitorous, strangling Peter.
Yeah.
And then you got Gale. Mm-hmm. He's kind of a psycho. Like, right? Do you get that vibe?
No, I think he's just heaps jelly, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like he doesn't. He's blinded. You know what I mean? Like he likes Katniss or he loves Katniss or he thinks he does, but I don't know. I just feel like he's got this one track mind of revenge and death and war, which makes sense because you know he had to work in a coal mine and he had to also do his hair at the same time, and that's a rough double life that you're living.
God, you'd never get a break, would you?
I think both of these.
Everybody else would get a
options-
smoke break and he'd get a fixing his hair break. You know, you don't have any time to hang out with the boys.
Exactly. So I don't know. I think both of these options are not ideal, really.
So you think there should be a third option?
Yeah.
Donald Sutherland? Do you think there's some unresolved tension there?
What about that cool, handsome Trident guy? He's pretty cool.
Yeah, Mr. Trident, yeah.
I'll tell you what. I like this version of Finnick when he's away from the capital, where he doesn't have to put on all this bravado. And they basically he's a sex slave that he just gets, you know, put out and, you know, and all of that. But just seeing like this version of him, I think that's an interesting character. That whole thing that he was and did, you know, finding out secrets and all of that and just being used and abused. And I thought that was a really kind of interesting character arc where you get him away from that and it just completely disappears. Like he's a completely different person.
Yeah, this movie for a series of movies based on like a young adult novel, it's got some depth.
Yeah.
I mean, that being said, I've never read a young adult novel. Maybe they've got some depth.
They've all got depth, Mason.
Okay.
Yeah. I think also Effie Trinket as well, taken away, who was added to this, I believe, is like they were like, well, you know, we love this character, and, you know, we could use her more. I like that aspect of it as well, you know? Bring her in. Let her be like, I'll do some marketing and makeup and whatever, you know?
Yeah, sure.
That's all great stuff. The ending, though, the way it just, you know, slams to a logo and it says, join the fight.
Download the mobile game.
It looks like a Fortnite commercial,
yeah, it really
right?
does, yeah.
No good.
Yeah, Katniss is trapped in this room, so you got to pull out the key or whatever. Otherwise, it'll fill up with water and bees and stuff. You know those games?
Yeah, I know the games,
you
yeah.
download it. It's nothing like that.
It's nothing like that at all, yeah. No good, man.
Yeah, no, that's weird.
Yeah.
Went too far.
Yep, agreed. Anyway, it's time for the Hung Trivia, Mocking Trivia, Part 1.
Trivia.
This is the trivia
love
section,
that.
yeah. According to Liam Hemsworth, Jennifer Lawrence would purposefully eat food with garlic or tuna before any kissing scenes between them.
Again, part of the George Clooney school of
Hard Knocks.
Hard Knocks and on-set prankery.
Absolutely.
And I love that.
Oh, here we go, just to confirm, Mason. In order for Peter to look like he was tortured, many think he went on an extreme diet. You thought that?
I did.
You did 10 minutes before the show just talking about how difficult that would have been and
Yeah,
calorie intake and exercise, mostly cardio you talked about. You want to do not too many weights because you bulk up.
I'm factoring how many twisties you can eat.
None.
Oh.
That would have been hard,
Wow.
right?
Fate worse than death.
But in the end, they used CGI to slim down his face. This was also, of course, dedicated to Philip Seymour Hoffman, who died a week before filming ended. Now, since the majority of his scenes for the final two movies had already been filmed, the role was finished with other characters taking on his lines. Because they talked about how, like, oh no, we've got stuff for the last movie. I think we got all that we needed. But I think in watching that, you'll find that they didn't have much, if anything, of Philip Seymour Hoffman next time around. And here's a bit of wig trivia.
Oh, yes.
Which you know that I love.
I do know that.
Jennifer Lawrence sported a $30,000 wig because normally she's blonde, where of course Katniss is brunette. So to play the character, she decided to wear a wig this time instead of coloring her hair because of, the ongoing damage and the like. And she's doing other roles at this point. She's probably doing a Silver Linings Playbook with Bradley Cooper or whatever.
When is she doing X-Men First Class? Is that later?
First Class was 2011.
Okay. So at this point, her star has risen to the point where she's not dyeing her hair for these movies and she's not wearing like the full body paint for Mystique.
Exactly.
The X-Men movies. She's just like, wig and a bodysuit, I don't care. I can use them on Halloween too. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, exactly. Now, in terms of cost, the budget of this was between 125 to 140 million, but the box office return was down on the last one, and it was 755.4 million. But I feel like that was because it didn't really have the legs, because it had the biggest opening day of 2014 with 55 million. But I can't imagine people ran out to see this and then went, you have to see this.
You have to see it now because there's going to be another one in a year. The cliffhanger is going to be resolved in a year, so you got to see it now.
That's right. And we talked
Who
about...
am I? What kind of moviegoer am
That's
I?
you. That's what you do.
This is what I sound like after a movie.
And we also talked about, of course, in the first movie, she got $500,000. Second movie, she got $10 million.
Nice.
This time around, $15 million.
Whoa.
I know, right? Incredible.
How many bags of Twisties could you get for that?
You just do the math. What's $1? Is $1 a bag, maybe?
I thought you
Would it be $2 a bag? What'd you pay? What'd you pay for those?
I think this was $2.99.
$3.
I got it at the service station.
You're right.
They'll rip you off.
They will rip you off, apparently. God.
It's a pretty big bag, though.
Yeah, but how much air is it?
It says mostly air. It says cheese Twisties brackets mostly air. The mostly air edition. You loved the Donut King edition. Now here's the mostly air edition.
$3.99 or $2.99?
$2.99. Australian. So you're going to have to do the conversion.
I'm not doing any conversion. Oh, fuck. I do have to do the conversion. Hang on.
I'll do the conversion.
No, I can do it.
Okay. How much of this is staying in?
All of it.
Great.
Like the movie we need to pad.
Yeah.
So that's $1.88 US a bag, okay? So 15 million divided by $1.88. That's 7,978,723 packets of Twisties.
And yes, to answer your question, that's what I think she did with the money. I think her mansion is filled up with packets of Twisties.
But specifically the Twisties that are sold near my house where we record.
That's correct. Yes, she had them shipped in. You know, sometimes stars will be like, "I got this marble from Italy, and it's part of my bathroom. What do you? It's Twisties." She's like, "I only like the Twisties from Melbourne."
Anyways.
I don't want Fonzies.
No.
I could have got them shipped in with my marble, but I didn't.
Anyways, if you want to come back next week for the Hunger Games Part 4, whatever
In
that
1
is.
year's time.
No, Mason. We're gonna speed it up.
Oh, nice.
We're not gonna Lionsgate this thing, whoever made this movie. We give the people what they want when they want it.
Yeah.
You can actually head over to bigsandwich.co where they always go up early. And if you do want to sign up there, it's like our private Patreon. There's also movie commentaries, there's video game Let's Plays, there's bonus podcasts. Our podcast, The Weekly Planet, where we talk movies and comics and TV shows, that actually comes out there early on Sunday as opposed to Monday. Or you can check out that podcast on its own YouTube channel, etc., Spotify, Apple, blah, blah, blah.
Or you can do none of that. You can go outside and have a nice time.
That's right.
But you could listen to our podcast while you do that.
You can do both. Well, you can't do neither.
You must do one.
All right, thanks everyone. Thank you to Ben and Lawrence for the edits.
Thanks, guys.
Just not much of a movie, you know?
Not really. That's a shame.
Yeah.
I mean, it had themes.
Yeah, themes.
It had themes, but fewer explosions than you'd want.
It's true.
Yeah.
And also the themes might have been accidental.
And some of the explosions, probably not the kind of explosions people like exploding hospitals and so forth.
Oh, that's fair, Paul.
Yeah.
I get you.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Grab that gem, you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.
You got twisty mouth.
I do.